be avenging Hifumi and Taka? No, the music lit? Alright, let's continue the investigation. Up your butt, I don't know. Oh, it's on top of it. Poor Taka. Poor Taka. He'll never move again. According to the Monica file, Taka died from a blow to the head. Blow to the head. We found a justice hammer poured near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a large and there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to attack his body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left. Dang man. Chop. Hifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? I swear Makoto was so mean. The news surface where he be discovered here, the repository? All the way from the first floor to the third and all without anyone noticing? How the hell? It's not good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it. It's glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. Oh dang, bruh. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? Hifumi's glasses have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Bro, I haven't even seen one there before. Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearance all happened, everyone of us had an alibi. The last thing Hifumi said when he died, yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So in other words,
then there was no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's a fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kind of dumb. But do you really think that that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
what?
And that it? And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are other few things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why did they bother killing two people? What? Because all the rules says if you kill someone and then get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your #1 priority is not getting caught. Killing two people means more clues, more chance that you'll get found.
Let's see.
Hold on. Perhaps. I see, so if that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we were friends. Huh? What's with the attitude? But yeah, as if he figured something out. But if he did, why would I have killed him to tell me what it was? Well, I'm just gonna ask them about this. There are many aspects to the incident, this time too many to be honest. Consider it that it may be good to look back on everything that's happened. Would you like my help? Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up in the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. This morning, only 4 of us met up in the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock, then we began our search. And as soon after we split up, Kayoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 5th floor, then quickly came unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her. Meaning just after 7 o'clock? Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo Justice. It also became clear that this Robo Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library floor on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving on the top of the stairs. Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor where we split up and began searching. And right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her scream, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? That was rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... Huh? What was that? That came from the downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we gotta go look back. At that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. While you and Byakuya and Toko pursued the suspect up on the 3rd floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell us what happened.
However,
but at the same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's body were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you. You, me, and Byakuya all head back to the nurse's office. We went behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body had disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was in fact gone. Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? This time Taka's body had disappeared, so from there we began our search for the both missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste told us that she found the bodies and we all head back to the repository. And there we rediscovered the 2 bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us up to now.
However,
looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. No, these look sus. Our hammers are of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Could the Justice hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all uncovered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. Yo, that looks like the Justice hammer, bro. For some reason, this hammer isn't dry at all and it's wet. It's probably, could be blood or something. I don't know. Did someone wash it recently? Oh, look at stuff again. It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before, but I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. But wait. What if there's the equipment we found in Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel. Of the dolly. That was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? Oh dang, bro. Alright, let's see what she has to say.
So,
Hey, because I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh, what is it? After Hifumi and Taka's body disappeared, they're supposed to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
but
And we came right to the repository, you know, look around. When we got there, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked. We came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it and why is it unlocked now? I wondered the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. There's only one way to find out. The door that Hina was locked out before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from the inside repository. That's it! Because most someone locked. Wait, I don't see any way to lock it from the ER room. Yo, what if someone just went inside it, then locked it? And then once we went on the inside, then locked it, then placed the bodies there. They took a peek outside and then just ran because of that. The door can only be locked from the inside repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked and started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from the inside up the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gotten in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it. They unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere else. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There are some places I already know about. First, the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, and the equipment room where Taka was found. Yo, this art room really looks so freaking scary, though. No, man, I'm trying to go to the physics room real quick. Oh god. Oh yeah, we got this. Just the same before, the weapon that we used to kill Taka. No, the body was removed, but the murder weapon was just left here. There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That was from the wheels. Reminds you of the doll in the repository. Definitely have been possible. Right. But even if the dollar was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the first floor. Even with the dolly, there's no way it could get up on the third floor. That's still a total mystery. Yo, these are looking kinda sus. On this card. I feel like I've seen this somewhere before, and just recently too. Yo, are you stupid? On this card, I feel like I've seen this somewhere, and just recently too. Dude. See if she has anything. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried away the body. I'm super pissed. I missed such an ultimately rare event. That's you, man. You're useless, man. Wait, so look at this one, trying to see if it says something here. Oh. Just don't say something. Stupid. Alright, next is the nurse's office. I just need to find the nurse's office. The map. Trash can. There could be something in there. There's no trash can. Oh wait, there's something inside. Napkin. Wait, it's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. And it's got some cartoon character on it. Oh, but it's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Did you find something? Yeah, there was cleaning cloth in the trash can. Huh? A cleaning cloth? And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to, it must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't had the slightest idea. Never either, but I think it might be important. Yes, it is important. Just December 3, the one that was used to kill Ifumi. Someone moved the body but left the weapon behind. Is there anything in that mini fridge? Or refrigerator? I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusion, I guess. Doesn't help me though. I'm not a vampire. Bruh. Merch. There's nothing really else to search on. I'm just gonna talk to Celeste. What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hero might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how could someone have moved Ifumi's body? How Ifumi was moved there? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Her Tina was not feeling well. So I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. When you got back, the body was gone. Because I had been gone for more than a minute or two. Yeah, and Hino said the same thing. But the killer was able to get in and move Ifumi's body in that short amount of time. It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Ifumi in a couple of minutes is... I can't think of it as anything else than impossible. So let's use account has been added to the book of bullet selection of your handbook. Guess that's it, man. What's my thing? So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I want to thank you for what you did. Not that you went to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hero's room. Let me give you this. Me in the dining hall. This is a note Hero wrote to get us all made up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this all looks clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow even more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation. Oh, so mean. Yes, the Hero's message has been added to the truth bullet selection of your handbook. So he said go to Hero's room, but what's waiting for me there? Alright. What? Ooh. Yup. I don't know, man. How do you really meet? The door is unlocked. I guess I could go inside. Byaku said go to look. Kinda sus. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take up the plunge. Jeez, he really decorated all kinds of stuff. This is the hero's room. There are all kinds of weird stuff in there too. Where do you even get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get the permission to search his room, right? Boxes. I think there's something in the cardboard box. Yo! It's blueprints for something in. That's what something's made out of. It looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster. Is this Robo Justice? Yes, it's Robo Justice. And it's in Hero's room? But wait! These blueprints. Something about the bothers me. Oh, it's an arrow bird, pretty much just like it. It's like the one in my room. There's something. Oh, I mean, there's nothing really else to check besides the bathroom. I soundlessly checked the bathroom. There's nothing in there. It's pretty grudgy too. How does the bathroom even get this dirty? Yo, what is that? Yo, what the heck? Oh, it must be like fortune or something, I don't know. What color? Big news! Big news! What's wrong? We found Kayako! What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too! Robo Justice! It's Hero wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor! Oh my god, I'm scared, man. Shaw, man. Kayako and...
I mean...
Phew, man, I had the worst day. Hero? So can someone, like, tell me what happened?
Right.
I found Hero. He was jammed in... He was jammed in the pool locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and he woke up.
Don't be mean!
I still can't believe you kicked me! You could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something. That's creepy. Anyway, Kayako, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace. There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. Bro, why would you say that? I can't. Never mind. Never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, she says that, but she does have any idea. Does she know people that she might be spying for the mastermind? First of all, Hero, you need to explain to us why you're just like that.
I mean...
Oh well, I had no idea, you know. 1 second, I was asleep. Don't even know what happened here. Then I woke up and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you. Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get out of it. A little help. Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
Not at all wrong!
I didn't make the stupid freaking thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping it from getting off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think I can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. I think everyone's helped, but slowly we were able to get here. Obviously, it took a few minutes, but eventually we all got the pieces off. Whew. Free at last. Isn't that kind of weird how perfectly that fits Hero?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hero would be able to wear that costume. Wait, hold on a sec.
Honestly.
Don't bother trying to act innocent. Blueprints were in your room as well.
Okay.
In other words, is it obvious to everyone that you made this costume? That's true, I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too, I'm special, I'm important.
Could it be...
And it's obvious, the one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone.
That's terrible!
Was Hero! Wow, I would never know. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea, we wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Tie me up! Hold on guys, I think that's going a little too far. Maybe suspect, but He may be a suspect, but he deserves a fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided you killed them. What killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
So the only one who can't wear this costume. Oh my god. So who else could possibly be the costume of person? How do you know? I'm the only one. Maybe you should try on for yourself before you convict me. Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Stop missing a bit. He started putting on a Robo Justice costume.
Huh? See, look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
Nah, man, you look dumb yourself, man. In a huff, Hina took the suit back off again. Well, now you're all of excuses. No, see, it's because you're a girl. If it was a guy, then Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up the piece of the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I could wear this.
Just a second.
See, I told you it was impossible. You're absolutely right. It seems that this costume was made to fit Hero's body exactly.
But
There's another costume. They must have one that looks the same, but fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? What the heck is an evidence? You claim there was another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. Could someone like tell me? Bruh. Class trial? Where did he go? Oh.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed, Taka and Hikumi. 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it! I did not! Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed...
How about that?
That's it, I know who did it!
So then...
You might as well tell us then. Taka and Hikumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right?
I'm at least 30%
Which means Alter
right.
Ego and Archihiro must have done it.
Correct.
Buh. I see, that's unfortunate.
Please.
Not unfortunate. Yo, they're bots, bro.
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you guys are all wrong.
Oh, so then.
I know that neck. No. That's nice. Someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. Found a hole maybe we could use to escape. Monikoma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet at the rec room at 1 a.m. The last thing I remember is going to the rec room, but for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance. So hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that trick to me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. So leave him alone. Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? Yeah, they preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Why, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Can you show us that note? With pleasure. I have it right here in my own pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure. Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want if you want to believe us, if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. Heck, we're serious. You're serious? Account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Yo, the class trial is gonna begin in 3, 2, 1. Dang it! Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. I mean, we still need to investigate. That's what Danganronpa is about, though.
What the heck?
Why did you kill him? Tell us, hero. No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Is it really to get the money Mannequin offered us? Yeah, that must be. You must be totally broken. That's why. Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right?
What?
Oh, you're right. I need to look for the second two in that note. Please don't fail now. I guess I better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toku Genocide Jax, which was me. But if she asks Sakura, if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have to catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away. Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? I'm gonna help me with this investigation. Bro, that's not me. Why not? I didn't even help us on the side investigation. What? Looks like I got a list on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but you can promise. But can you promise me something? Later when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. You don't make so simple.
Anyway,
yo, then just say you won't do it, bro. You simp. Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
Shall we go?
Thanks then. Now then, shall we?
Hey.
So Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses. I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Their bodies don't lie, you know? They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey.
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
Anyway,
we have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Can then show me where? No, then show me the bodies. There's a repository. Then I guess we should go that way for now. Ifumi and Taka. For my Kako seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
So then,
well, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The man who was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did? You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did? Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch?
So then,
take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving right. It's most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice that the hands are frozen just past 6 o'clock. Yo, what? That would mean the watch was broken sometime after 6.
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you! How long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he started pointing at his watch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that. Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words.
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. Broken wristwatch has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook.
However,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. It appears to be grouping something. You're right, there's something right in there. Can I try and read it out?
Because
rigor mortis is already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? What the? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I guess Taka's cold hand, the ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. With some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper.
hey,
Is that all in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Few scrap paper doesn't seem like much of a
is
clue,
that
does it?
right?
I wonder about that. Kayako turned to Hifumi's
So
body.
then.
Let's check out Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he just left us a few clues on his own. Taka's scrap. Okay, I don't need to read that. You guys already know the gift. So did you find anything? I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A lot of paper.
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden.
Indeed.
He stuffed it into his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see? In his pants, wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey.
Then let's take a look. Let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead. Gotta open it. When I think how it was stuffed in his pants, it's like, it better not be important, Hifumi. I'll never forgive you about this. He got the same note too. No. I found the hole. Maybe we could use it to escape. Come on, I can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet up in the equipment room at 6. The equipment room. And
So
that sounds very similar. Then I unplugged it. That's it. It's the same thing Hero said. Then, well, he was telling us the truth.
however,
Although it's not exactly the same way it is. Cause he said the rec room. He actually said the rec room, bro. And his was the equipment room. He also said to me that at 1 AM. But the note Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 AM.
is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning to a part of it being ripped. Yeah, but I don't. Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
Hey,
Why would you have been clutching the scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
so then,
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper? What if he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. The note Hifumi had has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
hey,
Robert, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims just definitely had their handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there were not that there was any reason that they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time,
is that
right?
right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. Also was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come at point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role. I don't think I understand. But what Kayako thinks is important, I'd better keep it in my mind. The handbook is not added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Yo. It's class trial time, man.
Are you excited? Are you pumped?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
time for the class trial to begin!
Hey!
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
We better get going. Okay. Oh God. Yo. Everyone who Monica was proclamation and they were gathered by the red door. Bro, there's like no people here! And as soon as they were all here...
Monokuma appears!
Okay, he's multiplied! Bro, he be Naruto, man. He's the shadow clone Zeus having so...
Wrong!
No, not multiplication, it just looks that way, cause I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna be so fast playing like I'm multiplied. Can you guys know which one is real Monokuma? So we'll just get in the other one. You're not playing along. Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please support the pain train elevator. I'll see you guys down there. Why do you call it the pain train?
Let's go.
Then shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally.
What the heck?
Okay. You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't just run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I already told you I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or no? Oh no, but how unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit. Hey man, this isn't the place we talk about it. Save your accusation for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. Can't let whoever Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The only one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends, the killer is someone right here. Now, how many times am I gonna do that? Took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly and began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own. The steel box began to move. Boom. The clunking of the elevator just kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back till we settled on anchor. Oh my god, bro, this is scary. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, on up into a cruel fate. And I see all of you gathered together like this. I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Yeah, why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? You really hate me so much. I'm also so cute. Yo, if that white guy was on you more than yeah, I would agree. But that's just like up.
Come on.
Stuff goes around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Start it. Never be. Stay tuned for action. I'll never be stay tuned for action-packed class trial after this commercial break. Commercial break. I never hold on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly dissension, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial.
Look at all the homies.
Dang. The homies really do be dead though, the good ones. Upset skills, do I have any skills? I already have this.
No, we don't.
Wait, frick! I only have 3 SP. Why? Lily, hold this.
How do you need to hang out with people?
I really.
Yeah, but don't worry, you did this before. You got this.
Do it, bro.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
We all get executed except for the person who killed the dude. We all know.
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Yo, shut up, Owie.
Was that?
What?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Dang.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't...
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Oh my god.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
And that one thief who also said that you killed
It
him.
points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
You know, if you're really the killer, or yo, I don't think if he wasn't the killer, he wouldn't even try and deny it anymore. But since he keeps on like denying it, it's probably not him. I'm not sure though. For anyone else, we have to make that clear. Oh yeah, man, make your argument, man. That's the hero's message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Keep on going down. I'm gonna press on R1.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Press a square when the thing begins again.
Like what begins? Oh.
Everything we found in your room.
Sorry. I messed up. I'm sorry, Celeste. I'm sorry. Swear.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Okay, that must have been it.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, wow.
No! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found in your room, the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof that you are the culprit.
It's not true! It's...
Hiro, why?
Yo, how do you get rid of the focus stuff again?
Hold on a
X?
second!
Everything we found in the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
It's not true! It's...
Hiro, why?
No! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found in the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all...
no, it's wrong.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
Dang. What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course he passes out to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual. Yeah. No, it can't be. Oh yeah.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
We didn't think about
it.
It
makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do.
Of course.
Okay,
but before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first.
So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
Yo, shut up, Allie.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
Your hairline.
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Makoto, you know what it is. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. No. No. Yo.
I got it!
No, nothing. Things that we used to move Taka's body.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right? So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository.
I feel taller than Makoto. I feel it.
And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh? Mistaken?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Yes.
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Oh,
there is no shame in being wrong, and nobody expects much from you anyway.
Oh, dang!
We all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around
you. Yo,
you.
I know you ain't talking, Celeste. I know you ain't talking. He's the one who figured out who killed Sayaka, and he's the one who figured out who killed Chihiro, bro. I know you ain't talking, bro. Wow, I've never heard anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I could change my mind. Back in the just explained to nobody, the dolly must have been removed. Yep, the blood. There was a blood on the wheel. Blood on the wheel. A new element has been added to bullet time. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your own ammo count. But until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the triangle button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any of your statements, no matter how locked you on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the triangle button. Oh, like in alright, same thing. I'm sorry. I get my shit mixed up. They talk about triangle too much. Square. Just like we're gonna, you have to press the square button with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the square. You automatically reload it at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you press X like on.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree.
And then
You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
Like you were like X.
You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch.
X, try X.
You have it wrong.
And I'll just swear.
I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Okay, so go to controls. R1. Alright. How do you activate? Okay, yeah, press R1.
X. So it's like X, triangle, X, triangle.
Oh, I mean, you can do that, but like.
Huh?
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I do.
Wait, so that's what you do every time when someone tries to say that someone didn't kill, that the culprit?
When that happens.
So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You miserable wretch.
Dang.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic.
Ah, good. I'm losing the most. Who I have to sit? Uh-oh, do we have to end to the debate? The clash trial is officially
adjourned.
It appears that the one with the most votes is Makoto. However, Makoto is not the black and too bad. Looks like the real killer gets to graduate.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Yes. What happens if I don't give it another shot?
I refuse to give up yet.
Can't give up now.
Yeah, Brandon, you got it.
Yeah, sometimes I can just do X, triangle, X.
And make sure to reload too.
How do you reload? Like, square? Alright.
No, Brandon, it's the same thing. It's just reload.
I can't believe everyone voted for Makoto.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst, you miserable wretch! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you!
What?
You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst, you miserable wretch! You miserable wretch!
Dang, I should have just made you do the other parts.
Yeah.
Because, like, now it's gonna get harder. You can just skip this. Press
I refuse to give up yet!
and listen to the beat.
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you!
Okay, now press square on.
You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! You miserable wretch! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! You miserable wretch! You miserable wretch! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch!
What?
You don't. Why don't you?
I have to pay. Okay. I got it.
Brian, you have 5 bullets, so you only need to reload 5 times.
So every time when I reload it, I stop pressing square.
Yeah, when you fully reload it.
Alright. But then when I run out of bullets, then she's gonna put statements in that I'm gonna have to use square every time.
No, Brian, you always need to Brian, you lock into a statement with X, and then you destroy it with triangle.
So I lock onto a...
You lock onto a statement with X, and then you use triangle to break it.
Alright.
But if you don't break the statement, you're gonna lose.
I refuse to give up yet!
So like right after you reload, start pressing X again. X and triangle.
But so basically when it hits a rhythm, I just press square until I reload them, and then go back to
when
X.
You run out of bullets, you reload.
Alright. Let's do this.
So yeah. See, look. When you press X,
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you!
and then you're out of bullets, so you have to press.
You miserable wretch!
Okay, now let's press X. Yeah.
I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere!
Load on.
Do your worst! You miserable wretch!
Now square, because you don't have any more bullets.
You have it wrong!
And you can also.
I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch!
I lost.
I cannot agree! I cannot agree!
Then trying.
This should prove it!
Yeah, Tommy did it.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it. that match the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look back at how the body was moved, it'd be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. Because it can't bend over. I'm so moody. It will just because it can't bend over.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Yo, I swear, freaking stress is always taking. It's always taking me by surprise every time when stuff like this happens.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
And from there...
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a hand, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything then you must realize that sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
As we know, Taka was killed in the... And from there,
the body... Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, it's wrong! You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. It seems like it's pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible! Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's actually no chance that the person will take an object in your body, because once it's gone...
I got it!
Yeah, you can't take it off.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
Ultimately, some bitch can't take off themselves. I didn't make the stupid freaking thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you could get off on your own. You don't really have a choice, let's help them.
That's true. It seems impossible without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo-Justice, that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
Like he said, there may be a second Robo-Justice, you freaking idiot!
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Shut up.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
And shut up.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
I saw a shadow, something moving on the top stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, you what's wrong? I was rather intentionally for someone like you. I saw him in a strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so we headed further down to the hallway and disappeared.
And then...
Huh? What was that? I came from downstairs and must have been... Fumi's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor, to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, We had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Whose body has disappeared?
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This is something.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation, and from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions in what happened to Taka. Though to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, regarding I wonder if or perhaps it was we already know what order they were Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Triangle on one of the things.
What makes you say that?
Like the light thing?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
The victims were Hifumi, Yamada, and Karaka for each murder. Precedents for each was a blow to the head. This, though, that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's all it says. So, like, hold on triangle at the... This time was a number, but...
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of...
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So,
What
regarding
order? Wait, I just need. Alright, so what order?
It's. Do you want me to tell you?
Sure.
It's what order on the
Numbering?
his death. I wonder if he died before, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number.
It's true that he flew while Taka's dead.
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the number.
It's true that he flew while Taka's dead.
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
So,
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
What?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No, he's wrong. Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
It was the proof Taka was killed before Hifumi. Something related to what time he must have died. Oh my god. Hangman's Gambit. What the heck? Oh. Oh yeah, wait. Handwriting. No. I don't know. Alright.
I refuse to give up yet.
The time? Oh yeah, the wristwatch. WRIST. Where's the S? Now W. T. R. C. There we go. Wristwatch.
Now I understand. I got it. Papa's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
it must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
No, we already know what happened to it.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Oh, yeah. Huh? I'm talking about this flashback.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true! We're all in the clear!
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up!
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room. And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We're gonna have been gone for more than a minute or two. That's when the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time. It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
I swear, if she says Hina and Celeste carry the body,
if the dead body were to move itself.
What the heck?
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
But remember when he got back into that room behind the art room, he
was simply playing.
He was still.
That isn't possible.
Maybe he was just passed out and then he woke up and he was like literally about to that thing. He went up to that room and then he was still a little alive, but he just could have barely. He was still alive. Is it really possible? Yes, it's possible, bro. Look at this watch.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
That could have been quick.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
We can kind of go register almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement...
Are we really... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office...
Someone else's discovery thing that Kyoko says.
Oh, so just like what I did with the other one?
Yeah.
So what
There's a
Kyoko
chance
said?
he was actually...
No, Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery and Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why...
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first... There's a chance he was...
No. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first... There's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that...
Surely you heard the body discovery of Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Let's go.
No, it's wrong! Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
We did? The second body discovery announcement, the first time we played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. The same time was when, just after Hifumi came back to life and Toko was having both bodies registered. Nope, nope.
Shoot!
Just like Hifumi, when Toko was found unconscious.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies. didn't seem weird at the time. But it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
That's pretty proof that shows Hifumi. That shows Hifumi still alive and I have to find a liar. Weird. Do I have to copy one of some of these things again? Hifumi's flat. Oh yeah.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Then, was he really still alive?
Okay,
Of course not.
I know.
This is ridiculous.
I know.
Well, here's one thing. The first time we found him, and then his body
And the next time, it was in.
But when you compare his body before, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong! In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Yeah, it's kind of trash can. Wait, so the evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was... No.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
Oh my god.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet.
Oh yeah.
And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
No.
Shoot! I got it!
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Oh yeah, a piece of paper.
Shoot!
Are you freaking serious? Okay, so that wasn't...
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole, maybe we could use it to escape. My uncle can find us on those, so don't want someone else from that. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 p.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Perfect. Something came out. Oh no, this is the mic! I'm stupid. Alright, it just felt weird. Alright. That's I was using my wireless I think it's stupid. Chrissy could only have pin. Me?
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Me?
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, that's such a good state, I can't let her get to me. Are you serious about this again? Oh, okay. Okay, good. Alright. That's good. Oh, God.
Puppy had the note, right?
Wait, so how do you change it again? So look, okay.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to me?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok! Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what time did it?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
I changed it anyways. That's good. That's good, I missed.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for
Broken wristwatch.
must
So
have been
I was gonna
Happy!
choose the last one. Is that it?
What time did it say? 6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok! Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was must have been Happy!
But remember what time did it? 6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Oh my god!
Puppy had the note, then the person it was must have been Happy!
But remember what time did it? 6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong. No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that...
No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure.
Damn, Hifumi really killed Taka
In
though.
fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
You,
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
You.
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
A weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file
'cause
makes it
wasn't
clear
one of the
that they were
mallets
killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't come clear until we figure it out. Somehow, I have to... Again. Spotless hammer. Oh yeah! Yo, Andre,
what was used to kill
one of those
Hifumi?
things again?
Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer...
Well, whatever there's one, how was the culprit able to move? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
No, that's wrong! The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did not talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. That's what we thought first. Again! I can't remember a thing, bro. Spotless hammer again? Oh my god.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this. Shoot!
What? She said it was impossible for two... Oh, she probably said it wasn't.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
Oh yeah,
that is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Good thing on this. Good thing on this. So I have to steal it?
Based on the rules that have been laid out, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really applies if there's, in this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really applies. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit, only the one who actually carried out the act can assuming the rule holds true. It is...
No, it's wrong! Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Different basically two words for that was the main character. How come some notes affect me in the very beginning? But she said not to look at this series of connected events. It has separate incidents. Kaiko really is amazing also. You think about she's almost too amazing. Well, their buddy, like it's almost unnatural how good she is.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now!
The killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and then at the end murdered him. In the debate up to now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's only one person who seems to fit. I don't know what to choose. Should we try? So who would be the one that would work with Hifumi? I want to play Sakura, but what? Oh frick! I don't know what to choose! Are you confident in your... Perhaps you...
Shoot!
Okay. Ow! Oh, carry... No, seems to fit. I don't know who could have been. Either Sakura, Havoc, Masahiro. I'm pretty sure the whole time Masahiro was sleeping on a locker, so that can't have happened. Byakuya. Yeah, at least give me a hit. I'm gonna lose this game, bro. Alright, so we either got Sakura or Celeste. I can't go with Celeste, it's probably Sakura. No, oh my god, yep, it's Celeste.
Shoot!
Yo, frick. The big up to now, but in case that's really the one person. Yo, it's my last try. It's my last try, bro. It's my last try. Celeste, bro.
Here's my answer.
Let's go!
It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
You're right.
They're nice.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is that only Hifumi and Celeste have in common? Please be this, yo.
I got it!
Let's go.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
she let out a blood-curdling scream.
And when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Oh, that was an intense scream for someone like you. I saw him in the strange costume. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down to the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
I came from downstairs and must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad, come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups.
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
No, then why don't we split into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party, that seems much more interesting. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individuals to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait, then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but... looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we didn't know anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he? Oh, you can... Let's see you. Monokuma File 3.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. And we are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
So what do I do with that one? How do I do it? Yeah. Oh.
All I said was, we must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
I think I know more.
All I said, we must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like those.
Milton's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
You're right.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to...
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
I mean, other explanation. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. So I thought really Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. No.
Shoot!
I don't know why I said that. Andre, don't bother why I said that. The others don't. There wasn't a suspect dragging Hifumi away. Hifumi and the suspect have been drinking. Hifumi is dragging the suspect. What? Yo!
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
The less he thinks she could prove that there's no way Hifumi was bringing this suspicious. Is that really possible? Oh god. Okay, that thing. Robo just discussing his message. Okay. It might be the blueprint.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Alright. Let me do it, see now. Okay. She said that you can't bend up the waist.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across. You tried to make me look like the...
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, what's wrong?
No, look, it's left my eyes.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that, because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend noise, seems like a pretty... Okay, I'll be on the screen.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Dang.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Oh my god.
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
That was a couple. We're not done. Oh yeah, wait. Okay, here.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
What the heck?
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
How do you keep it, like, possible?
Shoot!
Okay.
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Oh. He said for serious a lot.
That's just
Oh. He said people listening?
I got it!
No, I can't.
That's right!
I'm just
our last names! He
Oh,
called
yeah.
us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What
I mean-
did you just say?
I mean, look, it just says Celeste.
To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
How did I make her accept it? Oh no. Again! Oh my god.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
What the heck?
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
That, yeah. Okay, I got it now. I just have to go through it.
Hifumi was trying... He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times?
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to...
I'm not pretending. And since you have no way to contradict me,
No, that's wrong!
Every time I do that, I just... Like, my body just...
That's it! The handbook!
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before. So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, Can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because... Until the game's over, you never know what might happen!
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
I'm not gonna do this.
Questions now.
Well, why is this still there? In this case, how did the killer recruit their accomplice? Was it in chips? Maybe like this? Because she did stand up and then he could have did that or something. I was like, that could have been that, and then, oh no, it was probably that, boom, boom. Was it that the killer summoned first? Oh, it had to been this. Oh. This? Oh, this? What time did the killers call the victims to the rec room? 6 o'clock? No. Oh. Yeah, 1. Then this could have been that. This could have been. Wait, the time was. Oh yeah, the time wasn't on there. Oh yeah, when he was looking at that, it could have been this. Wait. Is it 6? Oh yeah, 6 a.m. Oh, but it looks like it's on 7. They did at 6. Remember, because they all came back at 7 and he wasn't there? We can agree that at this point, that's when they took the picture. They knocked him out and stuffed him into a robo just the suit to falsify their evidence. And they used a certain item to do. Yep, it's this. And then... the justice hammer that was used to kill Taka, what number was it? Number 2 and then number 3. Yeah, because the first one was hit to Celeste with it, then the second one was hit Hifumi with it, then the third one was to Taka. I'll open the door. To elaborate, Hifumi used something to fix the eggs. the existence of the shadowy criminal. No. Justice Hammer 2. Well, no. In the library, he will use something to fake the existence of the shadowy criminal. No, that can't be. Which Justice Hammer was in the nurse's office when Hifumi was pretending to be dead? Wait, no, because Celeste was hit with 1, and then Hifumi was hit with 2. It could have been... Yeah, it was Justice Hammer 4 because... Wait, no, because they found Hifumi's body first, and then that was it with Justice Hammer... No. No. Taka wasn't hit with Justice Hammer 3. He was hit with Justice Hammer 4 because remember, they were like, oh, if someone gets hit with Justice Hammer 3, then they automatically die. And Hifumi faked his death with Justice Hammer 3. Remember? Justice Hammer 1. Was which Justice Hammer was in Nerfus? Yep, that was Justice Hammer 3. People use them to move Taka's body. Oh yeah, that's Yep, that's it. I did it. And then this is it. The weapon the killer used to murder Hifumi, what was it?
It was not Justice Hammer.
This. By the time was Taka supposed to head to the so that's one. It has to be this one. Oh, sorry, if it isn't, bro, I'm just gonna be so mad. Justice Hammer 2. In this case, how did the killer recruit the accomplice was in seduction? Back? No, not background. That was using the last one. Come on, bro, would be good. Look, remember, they went into the library, they found him, and there was just, wait. In the library, Hifumi used something to fake the existence of the shadow. Yep, Justice Hammer 2. Yep, boss, I'm legitimately done. Wait, if I get that wrong, then wouldn't I have to do the class trial all over again? Oh, why would happen if I get it all wrong? If I run out of parts. I don't know, it's just...
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
How do you pronounce Aldo? R1? Oh my god.
Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him. While the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment.
Because it looks like it was the 7, but if you actually look at it in the angle, then it's actually 6.
And that's where Hifumi killed her, making it the scene of the first murder.
It has to be 4. Yes.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds. That the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
And he probably got AIDS after that.
He let out a scream to draw us back. And when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. trap Taka's body in a tarp and use the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them.
Yeah.
And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. The villain behind it all is...
Oh dang. That was smooth, not gonna lie.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Sorry, you lose.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor.
I, Celestia Ludenberg.
Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Taiko, like from Brandon Rogers. I'm just kidding. Yo, oh, wow, she actually admitted it.
Yeah, people the thing.
Oh. I was getting ready for it, no reason. So you admit it.
Well, let me at least you know how to do it now.
Yeah. Yo, man, I'm hungry for chicken nuggets now.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Whoa.
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote.
Yo,
and when the votes are tallied,
like, Among Us,
who
it
will
feels like
become
2 hours.
the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Yo, Danganronpa more than Among Us.
It would take like 3 people to record it.
Yeah. Lol. Can't wait to see her stuff with. Basically, oh my god, I have to speak, bro. Again. It's basically formality at this point. I'm turning off auto. Yo, let me turn off auto. Turn off auto. I don't think auto. Oh, turned off. Okay.
Honestly,
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. What do you mean? What? Hifumi's entity was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So he really did approach him to Hifumi at this point. How did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on their specialty. My specialty don't make me laugh. I don't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then
did you use, you know? I knew you figured out. Okay. You have to write to get him to act as my accomplice. I used her. For one who's still left, I avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the only thing Hifumi and Taka were both referring to. Does she mean? She's talking about alter ego.
Say what?
Why would you say that, Makoto?
Just a second.
Wait. Oh. Okay, good. I'm sure we're in the middle of an important conversation here. Oh, totally. actually true. How sad.
In other words,
they're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And use it to track Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Try it again. Last night we had a meeting about how to disappear. I bet Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping to talk to you alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
What?
Are you okay with this?
It was taken. It was Taka. He stole it. Ani.
So then...
That proof, would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found the use for the digital camera. I taken, to what Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I had shown it to I showed it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it wasn't. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me. Oh, he did?
As for me...
He came to him last night unannounced and said it's hard for me to say he abused me. Bro, won't you be able to fight him off? You're like... Yo, you're pretty weird, so I'm pretty sure you'll be able to fight him off or something. And he took pictures. He said if I do not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice. That's a crime, an absolute crime. He's gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. My pumpkin system I never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Please, if you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands. Huh? The gun.
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean Taka's going to try it.
What?
What?
Indeed.
And also so he could keep her to himself. Bastard. Bastard. Can't be allowed to continue with these barbaric acts. Absolutely not. How could I? She.
I swear,
I have to save her.
Actually.
Then would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. Huh. I had devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him is remarkable. The power of love, even though love is as twisted as can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was real pain in the butt too. All I had to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd be making something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
so why'd you make him the suspect? Cause you're stupid. See?
Let's see.
Hey, the regard I made the night choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tight on your parents. Look, I feel like I could cry. Did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is what Hifumi is supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually loved Wood.
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did this part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he barely just held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to him, the plan was. While we all questioned him about he had to happen to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have been an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. That seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed I wholeheartedly right up to the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along? But of course, there would be no point to my plan if one pretends to be dead that I would be here yourself.
What the heck?
How can a human life mean so little to you? That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No. He derives his pleasure from the thrill of hunt. In that aspect, we were nothing alike.
Why?
Then what did you know? What made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was this? What? Was it really just for money? I talk about the $10 million Monokuma offered us. That is a lot of money. It's true. That's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But...
How long you have been trying to say we have to accept living?
You little
Obviously,
bitch.
that was a lie. Yeah.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from one day. More than anyone else here.
You little
I wanted to get out of here every day. It was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. I had a dream. Okay, Martin Luther King have a dream. Accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever. And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical
As
killing.
for me,
And it was all for that dream. What was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. In castle? Bruh. And gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers slash bodyguards. Kinda do look like Byakuya. I was going to make them just like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I've seen that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life here was my only dream and only goal. That's what life is all about. Come out with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million. You have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge.
There is nothing to be done.
Unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. So I don't have any arrogance to pursue my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh.
Or asking me to feel guilty, that's a pointless indeed. I think nothing less like a person than others on my own end. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how our values are? There's no simple room for understanding.
What is this?
We should be sane, and plus, how could you be so calm? Did you realize you were about to die? Why aren't you scared? I believe it's like unrivaled, and I take pride for that. It's not just some people I could even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious, and that's why you're not scared.
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had the choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think it would come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey.
You would just get executed again. So she smiled then. And when she did, it looked like to me a poor effort and forced it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings. But the statement itself must have been her final lie. That weak fake smile is betrayal.
Chills!
Okay, then let's get rolling. Woohoo! The blackened disturb the peace and must pay the fine.
I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Yo, man, let's get this over with, bro.
Let Kyoko
I guess I'll let Kyoko.
What? Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Yo, it's really about to happen. Yo, when's the music gonna play? Oh, the European castle lake. didn't know the wrist was rich. When's the music gonna play? Is there no music? Is there no death music to this?
Yeah, she's giving her a steak.
Bruh. I can hear the music too. My God. There's like dry. Oh my God. And he went through too. Bruh. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny at the point I considered her a friend. And for him just to come along and isn't it just awful? Someone gonna cut free of their own regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
Because they're still young. You need to place more value on it.
What are you gonna do?
Jesus, I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of
What
here!
do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
Everybody ends up hope, whether you like it or not. It's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but the reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? Wait, did I just learn somebody else's voice? Oh, frick. Taco, did I see some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's to do with that?
What?
Huh, what's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine. What did you do to me? What the heck? Answer, what did you do to my body? What?
Ooh, how exciting!
What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? Must have did something to Kayako's body? What does that mean? The people are kind of awkward. I think it's about time I did. No, you guys can't go to enjoy high school life. If you can only give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
What the heck? How come it disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair? Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey Kako, Monica already mentioned it, but what's the key to Celeste gave to you? Most likely. It's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What then that means? Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey!
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then we better go check. Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kako looked back at us and said,
hey,
I'm going to go on there alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone? Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance cam.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you... There's still a risk of a spot, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please let me go. Then your argument is just gonna draw more attention to us. Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
It's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? So Makola, are you... Bro.
Okay.
Good luck, Makola. Girls like her are total pushovers, you know, with little backbone. Just to forget what Hina said, everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kayako
Shall we go?
alone. Well, yeah.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kayako took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. Unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung up, we saw...
You're really cold.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? Say, thank goodness. Everyone in Kayako sounded so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I just went Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a little longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we just talk since we have the opportunity? I want you to be honest with me. Kayako, please tell me what you're doing on your own here at the school. Is that you wanted to come here?
However...
Carlos, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? I'm glad we're doing the investigation this time. You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that. It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spark, right? And you too. No! I believe you. What? You believe me? I mean, frick. Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
And maybe I can believe you. Just a little bit more. Then
that's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Kayako was when, well, frankly, it kind of blew my head. But after I told Kayako I believe her, she told me a story was, well, almost unbelievable. I had to confirm what she said, what she told me with my own two, and I saw it wait until nighttime come. When I did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera. I'm monitoring it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back. She said, way in the bathroom, like storage. What? Wait, you could kind of be right about. Wait, right about what? So. Yo. So that's it. There's just no storage closet as far as I can tell. The circuit Kayako told me that could it be really hidden in there? She said it was in the way back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously. Don't think of that place my hand out of the back of the storage closet. Something as if I've been yanked in. Ka-chunk! At the same time as I heard the sound that fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. The bump? I fell through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back of the wall was like a revolving door and I made my way to the other side. Just like Kayako said, I said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor there's a storage closet. And in the way back of that closet there's a secret room. So this is the secret room? But what's in here? Yo, what's so sad, yo? Had a bunch of files and what looked like volume after volume of new books. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything in one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Post Week Academy student registry. That's the only thing in here now covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. It says you must not leave. It's kind of weird. I don't understand why that I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. A strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before. But I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? What? A strange sound rang in my head through my head. And it felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth, and then darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Ow! Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. What the heck? Nancy bookshelf, empty. Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks and student registry, and even then that I found them in the floor, it's all gone. What does this mean? Well, my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. So I made back to the front door. The farther I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry, can't see in front of me. Can't stop myself from collapsing right there. After that... The heck? As if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. I was faint but undeniable. The sound, it's coming from the gym. Why are you exploring, man? But I quickly hauled my shaky frame toward the gym. The sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? Like, it can't be nothing. Here in the gym? Yo, what is this, yo? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door in the gym. The sound's coming from the inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Before me, there raged a battle beyond anything humanly. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I got to move over
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Could it be? The mastermind spy is...
Brian, the story's gonna kick off from here, Brian.
Ah!
7 people.
Yo. So that means... There's only... 8 people! Wait, no.
7 people.
Alright, 7 people alive. You see the Super Robo Justice present.
But damn.
3's a crowd!
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like how, they, like, just blew over Taka's death. Like, bro, it's like they didn't even care about his death.
Yeah, they really didn't really care about Taka's death. Like, bro, it's Taka, bro. He was, like, actually pretty good. It's just that he was freaking annoying. He was such a...
Taka was, like, one of my favorite characters.
Eon killed... Yeah, bro. Monokuma killed Junko. Then Leon got executed. Yo, he's getting a whole flashback. Then Mondo killed Chihiro. Then he got executed. Hifumi killed Taka, then Celeste killed Hifumi. Then she got executed. And that brings us up to now. Next morning, the day after Celeste's case. So now, there's only 5 of us here. Only a third of the number of the people we started with.
Indeed.
I think this has become a commonplace. That's true. Still. Yo, oh my god. What did I see? I don't understand. Talk with the mastermind. God. Can that really be true? What color are you? No, it's fine. I can't bring it up in front of the others. If I did that, it would just confuse everyone that much more.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, let's eat till we pass out. What do you mean in that case? Well, because you know how, look how scary everyone looks. It's gotta be because we are all fighting on empty stomachs, right? If you fill your belly, I'm sure you'll cheer up. So let's eat. Let's fry up some fish and donuts and eat till we can't stand up. Fried donuts?
What? No, like, I think she was just like frying fish.
That's a deep impact style. Meteor impacts and extinction level advanced combination of foods. Those are both breakfast time stuff. Still, the till we can't stand up part is a problem. After we're done, we need to go explore.
I see.
That's right. Since class shows over new areas should have opened up.
It's true.
Plus, we still have alter ego. We don't have to give in despair just yet. She's right. We have to plan ahead and think about the future.
You got it.
Yeah, think happy thoughts, not deadly thoughts.
You know?
Like when we're gonna get out of here, right?
Serious.
When this is all over, I think I'm gonna get reborn for serious. I mean, reborn as someone furious.
Well.
Yeah, okay, sounds like something. Someone who's about to die. Or something. Okay, I'm not gonna die. Why? Because there aren't gonna be any more murders. This happened with Narancia and Goldenwind. He said, oh yeah, as soon as we're done with this, I'm gonna go to school, and I can't wait to see Pooh again. Like, not even a minute goes by. Exactly. I mean, at least he just like automatically died. He just like, for him it just probably went blank, and then he just went to heaven. That's just like.
But then freaking alive. Like he was alive for like a full, like, what, 5 seconds maybe?
What is reality? Yeah, but you're right, he just, nothing would happen.
Let's just hope that no people like watch JoJo.
Yeah, how? Well. I mean, yeah, good. I miss you so short.
According to the spirits,
I thought people last night since it revealed itself from me earlier. There's no doubt about it.
However,
how accurate is your fortune telling anyway?
How about that?
I can usually hit 20 or 30% on a good day. That seems really low.
It's not like some occult mystery.
Yeah. It's not like it's ESP or whatever. Of course I'm gonna get it right somehow.
The occult is bullcrap!
I told you my fortune telling isn't like some occult thing.
So,
Fortune telling isn't occult.
You got it all wrong!
Of course not. Shiv does something, then Shiv's in something. Don't put it in. Same category as cattle insemination. Cattle what?
So...
He's referring to an urban legend where aliens abduct cat. I've heard this in Tuesday and Cow. It's hilarious. Cows and dissect them as part of their research.
Actually...
No, you're calling it an urban legend. As a matter of fact, it's true. As a matter of fact, it's happened to me. That happened one day when I went to go get a hamburger. It was a place I'd never seen before. They claimed their patties were 100% all beef. So I got a burger to go and headed home.
But
before long,
the end is nigh!
The sky was filled with the mysterious blinding light.
Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and locked onto my hamburger.
What the fudge?
And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating in midair. And then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart.
Yeah, he looks like a dude that smokes weed, bro.
One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my hand. Do you realize what that means? It means the burger wasn't 100% beef. It must have had some pork or something mixed in. Something like 70% pork and 30% beef would be my guess. You can't trick me.
So I stormed back into the burger place and got up in the manager's grill, and they totally admitted it. It wasn't 100% beef, they totally mixed in ground pork with it.
How about that?
Now do you see that is a cattle? I kinda lost halfway through. consider for an old cult or against the stink of stupidity?
Don't be mean!
A stink of... How dare you? What do you stink though? That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, I hope your prediction turned out to be true. But at the very least, I won't murder anyone.
Yeah!
Me neither. I would never.
Of course.
Yeah, sure.
Indeed.
Nora. That goes for me, of course I'm gonna I could never kill any of my friends. I feel like those words of kindred are helping us come together as one. After so much sacrifice and hardship, we finally became united, but...
Well.
To be honest, I wish Byakuya and Toka were here for this too. But they're so hard to deal with. They only think about themselves. Yeah, we're better off without them, I say. That was enough to prove. We were united, for the time being, within the bond of hid weakness, tragically. I swear, if anything else happens after this.
All-star apologies.
That looks suspicious. We began our search as soon as we'd finished our breakfast and then we had to find out what had opened up, what was waiting for us. Yes! Now, since I have a video scheduled tomorrow, yes, I'm gonna do another Danganronpa stream. Next week, I'm legitimately probably gonna do one. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna do Danganronpa stream.
Are you getting into it, Brian?
Yes, I just really next, cause you know in the last one didn't it show Celeste, Taka, and
in the last chapter.
Yeah.
I think it showed Sakura and like in the preview thing.
Oh yeah, like the one that just showed up.
Oh yeah, I think it showed Hifumi and Sakura.
For sure, Hina then. Owie, she's. I'm concerned now. But you know, kind of time to save, man. Alright, guys. That is the end of the stream. Remember, we're on the road to 50 subs and subscribe. And see you guys in the next stream. Peace.